we're going to make some cranberries. Now, I like fresh cranberries. They make a big difference between that stuff in a can, you know, that gelatinous stuff that kind of glugs out and makes its little can markings on there. I just can't even endure that. Why do that when you can use fresh cranberries? And of course, at this time of year and during the holidays, they're available all over the place. What you do is you just get your fresh cranberries, put them in a colander, and pick out the little nasty ones, you know, the little puffy berries that aren't solid anymore. Then you throw them into your pan, and simply done, this is how it works. So we're going to turn on our pan and get these things going, all right? So what we have here is a 16 ounces of berries, and then I've got orange juice in this container, and we're going to use about 3/4 of a cup. Okay, now if you want to kick it up a notch, like Emerald would say, you'd also take an orange zest and zest the orange into there. But some, you know, my kids used to complain about that, and so I've kind of gotten out of the habit of doing that. And I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of sugar. What we do is cook this until we get the sugar nice and dissolved. And we're going to let those berries cook here and get nice and boiled. Now, don't do this. This is something that I always do. Because this is so simple, I'll put a lid on it, I'll walk away, and I'll go do something else, right? Doesn't that make sense? Because the ultimate multitasking meal is Thanksgiving or Christmas. So you can do that, you can multitask away, but just remember what's on your stovetop. Guess what happens if you don't do what I'm telling you to do? This stuff, because you have to put a lid on it, because cranberries pop like popcorn, and they'll pop up and they'll hit the top of the lid. You want them to do that. You want them to explode. You want them to become cranberry sauce. Otherwise, they're just a bunch of little roly-poly red things in there. You need them to explode. But if you walk away and they're done exploding and it keeps cooking, that orange juice and sugar creates a syrup, and now you have a burned cranberry mess on the bottom. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. And I used to keep a bag of spare cranberries in the freezer, just in case I did it again. So don't do that. Be very, very careful. Take your cranberries, put them on the stove, and do something close by so you don't forget that you've got cranberries cooking. All right, once these explode, I will show you what it sounds like and what it looks like in just a minute. And I don't know if you can hear it, but we've got snap, crackle, and pop going on. Oh yeah, we do. Let's turn down that heat, okay, just for a minute. Make sure the popping, sometimes they get really violent and go crazy and pop, and other times they're not so much. But the thing is, you want to get these things cooking and kind of breaking down a little bit. This is a good place to bring out the potato masher, and you can mash them up a little bit more. It's like cooking jam or making jam or whatever. It's getting the pectin out of the fruit so it thickens up by itself. You don't have to add pectin. You don't have to do anything. You just kind of have to reduce it down. So at this point, I'm going to take the lid off and let it cook, about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to come along with my handy-dandy masher, smash it up, and then let it cool. And once it gets a respectable, coolish temperature, I'll put it in a container, stick it in the fridge, put it in a serving dish, and voila, you have homemade cranberries that are to die for. And that's how easy it is, seriously.